Hello. So, working on this topic, something just came to mind, and I said, okay, I have to talk about it. And I said that the past and the present, even as much when I speak to a lot of people, they will tell you my past is not my present, which we have made ourselves believe that the past and the present somehow are not intertwined, somehow they are not simultaneous to each other, somehow the past do not affect the present. It's something we have made ourselves believe because we want to like move past our mistake, move past our experience. When in actual sense of it, when in reality, your past is very much instrumental in how your present and your future is being shaped. Hello, guys. You're welcome to the amazing episode on Experience Luchi podcast, EWL podcast. Don't forget that this podcast is a platform for you to be expressive and a reality check. I'm your host, Imitaziology Gloria, and we are counting down to the final episode on season two EWL podcast. It's been a long, long journey, guys. I can't believe that we're actually counting down from episode 41 now to episode 49. We have less than 8 episodes left, and I'm super excited. I'm grateful. I I'm so I'm excited, I'm grateful. I think that is the feeling, guys. Yeah. So I titled today's topic projection. We have not outlived our past. I say this confidently because I know for a fact that a lot of us we believe that yes, my past is not going to make my present. The mistake I made in my past is not going to affect my present. But I'm sorry to break this bad news to you. Your past will always have a role to play in your present and your future. You know this thing we say, the bed you make, that is where you're going to lie, or the choice you make will make you later. And that is 100% true. You cannot dish out what you do not have. You cannot give out what is not in you. Everything that comes from within is something that you have received from your environment, from your building, from your past. So in the present or in the future, what you have to give out to people is what you have assimilated, what you have taken in as an individual. That is what is going to play in the future and the present. That is why we are of the opinion that people should learn to learn, relearn, and unlearn because that is the only way we can place the balance. Because if you say people should react or act based on what they've learned growing up, the things they know growing up, it's not going to place the balance. And that is why we say again, we have to always learn. Should be ready to learn. We should be able to unlearn. We should be able to relearn. Because everything is changing. Change is what is constant. But we are not going to ignore the fact that it is what you know, that is what you give. Do you get what I'm coming from? And just topic when I was having this conversation with my people, as I always do, that's my custom. When I have a topic, I tend to have the discussion with anybody that is a site, just to get a feel of the topic, to know if I'm going to bring it down here to my audience. So I used to remember in school that time when I was in school and we used to have the circle of friends. I'm not really close to everybody, but they are like two best friends, and I'm just like their friend. And they will have this issue then that everybody is calling imitators, imitators. You know, in school now, when somebody offend you, you want to like tell somebody what happened, and one of them will call me and say, "Oh, this is what happened." And when I'm speaking to the other person will tell me, "Ah, this is what happened." And at the end of the day, as we all know, misunderstanding is as a result of unclear communication. So I thought I was doing them a favor, and at that time, I would tell this person, "Oh, this is not what she meant by what she said. This is not how she thought you were going to accept like her reaction." I was doing them a favor in my mind, like I was trying to bring two friends back, and at the end of the day, I got to realize that every time I serve as an intermediary between those two friends. When they want settle, I mean they will use settle, and it was not just making sense. Again, there was just something we're having in school, and somebody told me her opinion privately, and when the thing was being aired out, I felt like, okay, since she told me about this, why don't I bring it in public. Eventually, I said, "Oh, Okaka said something about this," and I just like dropped a loose statement. And there and there, my babe denied me, saying, "No, be me talk am," and I was so shocked. I was mute. Like I did not understand what was going on. I could not. It was shocking to me. So it has shaped me in such a way that I always tell people now, it is not my place to say something I'm not saying. You think I'm obligated to tell you a particular gist. It's not my gist to tell, sorry. If you think I'm obligated to share some particular story with you, it is not my story to tell, sorry. I do not do that again. Whether being an intermediary to two people, I am not. I am definitely not going to be in that space. So what am I saying? I'm saying due to my past experience being third party in stuff and trying to sort out problems for people, it did not work well in my favor. So for some people, it has worked well for them, and they've turned it into an occupation or whatnot. But me personally, those past experiences shaped me one way or the other. My point is, there are just some things we think we have forgotten, some things that, oh, this trauma did not affect me, I have healed from it completely. And when situations or when something just happened and it is just for you to react, you see yourself reacting based off your personal experience, based off your past experiences, based off your past trauma, based off your past situation. You just see yourself reacting to the present situation just because you have been in a similar situation and you've tried plan A backfired, and now you're now trying plan B because you feel like if you act the way you acted in the previous situation, the same result is going to come up. Do you get what I'm saying? I experienced this again because of relationship. I am not someone people meet me and they say, "Oh, Oluchi, I think you have a minor issue when it comes to relationship." It is not me reacting based off of my past experience, but based off of what I've seen, based off of what I've heard. I see myself reacting. That I sometimes I see myself reacting to things that have not even happened. Does that make sense? When I think that, oh, those stories, those things I saw is not affecting me, I see myself reacting even when the situation never play out. So my point is, so many things come to play when we react, so many things, and one of the key thing I've come to realize is we react based off of past experience, we react based off our past traumas. Like even when we said we have let go of the situation, we've forgotten about everything, it's not affecting me, I don't think it's affecting me. Even when we tell ourselves that this thing don't get anything to do with me, I've moved on, and something happens later on and you see yourself acting based of based off those experiences. And that is what I'm here to remind us today. I'm still here to ask us a question: how do we grow from, how do we move totally from those past experiences? Even those, yeah, no matter what I want to say here, I will still tell you that there are some past experiences and past trauma we have to learn to let go of. If not, it's going to affect us negatively in our present situation, especially when it comes to relationship. This thing happens, it plays a lot in relationship. A lot of times, because of lack of trust from your previous relationship, you just project it on somebody, when an innocent fellow for that matter, and you just, the guy go the talk say, "Wetin I do this, babe?" The girl go the talk, "Wetin I do this guy?" The girl go say, "Wetin I do this, my friend? Why should they project?" And a lot of times we are projecting without knowing that you're projecting. We have spoiled a lot of relationship because of projection. Like you just keep projecting on the next person. And that is why I advise people, before you get into another relationship, a fresh one, make sure say you have let go of your previous baggage. May you not go carry that baggage, enter another fresh relationship. You come, they affect the person, they affect yourself. There's no way, like you have to let go of your previous baggages to feel light when you're entering into another relationship. And that's why I say, even though we tell ourselves, say, my past does not make me, it's not entirely true. Even though I'm telling you sitting down here that you should let go of those baggages, somehow, some way, they are going to sneak their way into your present and your future. And you just have to know when you have completely healed, when you are ready for a fresh start, when you are ready for a fresh relationship. You get what I'm saying? A lot of times when we think, say, me personally, family members don't do me what. I'm talking about my extended family. Or when I even speak about this, when I spoke about the concept of being a good receiver, and you just meet people randomly, and the person is telling you, "Oh, give me this thing on credit, I'll pay you back." Because say you don't, me personally, I have experienced bad Nigerians. I have experienced bad people, bad individuals that will tell you, "Oh, I will pay you this thing in the next 2 months." Before they go even pay you, you have to be the one to go to them and say, Alpha, pay me my money now. 6 months don't go, they never pay you your money. So when you meet someone that is not like the previous person you met, it's hard for you to just count your money, give the other person, because guess what? Your past experiences, your past situations, when you've been in the same and similar situation, the person where you give your money, the person will give you back. So I'm saying a lot of times our past always comes to play in our present. And I keep asking myself the question. I don't even know if I found the answer. How do we let go? And I came to the conclusion that you can only let go, but you cannot stop the influence of your past in your present and in your future. Be it relationship, business relationship, situationship, when it even comes to your reactions. A lot of times, past past behaviors, past influence, past experiences, past trauma, they just have a way of sneaking in. And I'm just like, wow, wow. We all project. At some point in our relationship, we project. Like I've met people that they seemed like it. And when I meet people that are just too noisy about who they are, it's just irritating, even though they've not even done anything. But I just feel like previously when I meet people that are so loud about who they are, they end up becoming like they did not deliver. And so when I meet people that are like that, I'm like, why are you shouting? Why are you screaming? You can actually act without us noticing you. Like, stop making noise. And I'm like, Oluchi, you are projecting. And a lot of times when I act, I catch myself projecting. I'm like, Oluchi, calm down. It's not the same situation. It's not the same person. But then again, we cannot overlook the fact that it's always going to come to play. And I don't know if you have something that have worked for you, how you're able to separate your past from your present. Please let me know. I know in the Bible it says all things have gone and new things have come to stay. Yeah, yeah, yada yada yada. It's true. A lot of times we let go of old habits, but then again, sometimes you find yourself peeping into that habit, peeping into that past habit, and you just it's a lot. It's a lot to be spoken on this topic. But my point is, we have to work seriously on ourselves so that in the present and in the future it's something we can handle. You cannot get so deep into something and all of a sudden you just dust yourself and say, "Oh, I'm here to make a difference." You would make a difference, but somehow, some way, it's just who you are will just come to play. Your past experiences will just creep in, because that is how you can. I don't know why I've been saying this. You cannot give what you do not have. It's just something you know, something you are aware of, what your brain, your body, your mind is aware of. That is what you can dish out. So how do you want to just fly into the present? You get what I'm saying? Yeah, I am also of the opinion that we should stop projecting. It's difficult to stop projecting, but we should try our best to stop projecting. We should try our best to we should teach ourselves how to heal properly, how to forgive properly, how to let go of our baggages. I think that is the first step to separate, not to separate, to reduce the influence of certain experiences in our present. I think that is it. Yeah, I think I've gotten the hook. Because truly, in as much as I have, for the example I gave about not saying this is not my place to say, this is not my story to tell, is that sometimes I think I overdo it. Even person who are supposed to tell this, I know they tell this. And they fear maybe they don't use me set. Maybe they don't use me call their silly, but I think separating and letting go, healing properly is what is going to help us reduce the influence of past experiences in our future. You know, I there's something I said even when I was talking about like bullying and discrimination. I've been in a situation where I was bullied or I was discriminated in school, in secondary school, and I just remember how I felt then. So sometimes when I will see people do that to other people, I'm just reactive. Like I would react based off my own experience. Like I am so it's no to bullying is written on my forehead. Like I would lose it. I would lose it. And sometimes I think I overreact sometimes, but then what my picking go do now? Because I'm just like nobody should go through that. In as much as we want to group it into child ignorance, youthful exuberance, it's not right. So I don't know. You won't blame me if I'm reacting to those things. And I know a lot of times it's me projecting, but what can we do? So I'm just putting out there that a lot of times we project. A lot of times projecting is not okay. It's not right. So we need to heal properly before we move on to the next new thing. So we don't carry our baggage and enter the new thing. Okay, guys, don't forget to stream this podcast on Anchor, Spotify, and on YouTube. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. It's full content creation coming up. Like I'm excited, full content creation. So please subscribe to my YouTube channel. And again, I'm reminding myself that I have one video to drop on Ask Luchi before the year runs out, which you will get to see. Don't forget to follow us across all social media platforms at Oluchimitz on Instagram, on Facebook, on X formerly Twitter. We also have a podcast page on Instagram, either on podcast. Like I always say, I'm a preacher of love, please. Let's spread love because God is love. Love is God. Have an amazing week. Bye guys.